This week on What to Watch, we're living in a golden age of pop star music docs, and it's music to our ears.
Sounds pretty horrible.
I think it sounds kind of awesome.
Also, life may be like a hurricane, but there's still time for a final trip to Duckburg.
Let's go, boys!
And sorry, Oprah, but we are switching gears to talk about America's royal family.
Obviously.
That's nice.
Strap on your Rolex and don't forget to spring forward. It's saving time for What to Watch. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Entertainment Weekly's What to Watch, the show where EW staff help you solve your viewing dilemmas. I'm your host, Gerrad Hall, and celebrating crazy, the 1-year anniversary of being virtual coworkers who live in my computer, are digital news writer Marcus Jones, correspondent Ruth Kinane, and critic Darren Franich. Welcome, everyone. How are you?
Hello, good.
Good.
What a wonderful anniversary, Gerrad. A full year of you being a voice in my head.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very sorry about that. What is the gift? Paper for 1 year? Not a laptop? All right.
You better
I'll
send me a
something
really
away.
nice card. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's coming your way. All right. Well, kick drumming off the show. Some of the biggest stars in music dropped documentaries in the past few months. And like that one time I took a sugar cube at Coachella, fans are able to see the music. Bieber took us along for his next chapter. Fans fell in wonder with Shawn Mendes. Taylor surprise dropped 2 albums and then gifted us the Folklore Sessions. And duh, we got to witness Billie Eilish's rise to superstardom. Also next week, we'll get a very personal look into Demi Lovato's struggles in Dancing with the Devil. Marcus, is there one of these documentaries in recent months that really had you standing one of these people?
So for different reasons, I'd say one of the ones you forgot is Ariana Grande. She released Excuse Me, I Love You.
Right.
And I love her. And so I really enjoyed seeing
Or
her.
did I forget it? I'm just kidding.
How dare you? How dare you? But I thought that's more of like a concert documentary, but there were a lot of fun moments, her making her dancer watch Midsommar over and over. Mm-hmm. And then, of course...
walking aimlessly in the hallway trying to find the restroom. Yeah.
I think the Billie Eilish documentary was really great. And
long. It's long, but it's good. It's good. Yeah.
But I mean, how many times do you get to capture like that kind of meteoric rise?
Yeah, I love her parents. It was great just to see them like be parents a few times, like neither of the kids around. I love them. We're obviously no stranger to the music documentary, but we've been seeing a lot more of them pop up these days. Why to you does it feel important, or why do they think it's important to release documentaries in this day and age? Is it a rite of passage at this point?
I mean, maybe. Like, I'm sure they see that, like, Beyonce and Taylor have documentaries. Bieber has another documentary. Why not I do a documentary? So there's that in a certain sense. But I think the real thing is control of the narrative, which Demi Lovato actually confirmed to us when I wrote about music documentaries. And especially in her case, I mean, you can see why it's just having to talk about overdosing and dealing with eating disorders. Like, it's a very sensitive topic, but I think too the reason why they lean more towards documentaries rather than say like a tell-all interview for like a magazine is that it's artist to artist. Oftentimes, I mean, filmmaking is an art form, not to say what we do isn't an art form or this isn't filmmaking, because it is. But like hearing sort of Billie talk about RJ really getting her and being a fit, and RJ saying that she had this idea of bringing the Office-like mockumentary elements to her documentary and him trying to see it through. I think they have a better sense of each other in wanting to make a great movie in addition to telling the artist's story.
Mm-hmm. And RJ there being RJ Cutler. I got to ask, artists like Bieber and Demi and Billie, they do reveal some very personal stuff in their docs, as we mentioned. But what was some information that you personally were shocked to find out that none of us knew beforehand? And what do you kind of make of their decision to actually reveal these things?
I mean, Demi Lovato I just find extremely brave, just beyond the point of, and I think it's so important. The great thing about these documentaries too, and you see it with something like Framing Britney Spears as well, which is a related documentary. But it gives us a chance to look at serious issues through the lens of the stars that we like keep up with and continue to watch. On a lighter note, I was surprised to see that Billie Eilish showed her boyfriend at the time in the documentary, and that was kind of like a struggle bus, but that was very interesting. I think one of the funniest revelations is just in the Shawn Mendes doc, him talking about how all his songs are about Camila Cabello and being they're about you, they're all about you. I just think that's hilarious.
All right, we need to take a quack break, but don't be a Scrooge McDuck. We'll be back to say goodbye to a show that really fit the bill.
Oh.
Welcome back to What to Watch. The last few years were a duck blur for many reasons, but one of the most enjoyable has been the consistently charming presence of Disney's DuckTales on our screens since 2017. Well, fans may say, phooey, but Huey, Dewey, and Louie are bidding adieu. After 3 strong seasons, the animated adventures feature-length finale airs March 15th. Darren, you have been praising this reboot since the start. Does its conclusion stick the landing, or is it stuck on the launch pad?
Yes, the finale of DuckTales is incredible. I think it's one of the all-time great series finales. It is 3 parts, practically feature length. It kind of brings together what has been a remarkably serialized saga in the form of a DuckTales reboot. It kind of stitches back to the very beginning of this revival. It brings in a huge universe full of characters that they've established and reestablished over the course of their 3-season run. So I think people who love the show will be really, really satisfied by it. And I hope that its general awesomeness brings in more people as the show kind of goes off to live in the great beyond on Disney+.
Well, back when you reviewed season 1, you said that this reboot preserved the wonder of the late 80s original series, but that you could already tell it was funnier and flat out better. So what to you made this iteration of DuckTales more successful than what a lot of other shows have tried to do with their reboots?
It's really difficult when you're rebooting something, especially something that you loved a lot when you were a kid, to kind of simultaneously capture what made the original good, while also realistically look at what was lacking. I think most reboots kind of opt for the let's have more cool shots of Darth Vader or a Darth Vader type, and kind of call that just easy nostalgia, what they're trying to do. I think in the case of DuckTales, first and foremost, they took a character like Webby, who in the original was just not as much a part of the show as she should have been. And as voiced by Kate Micucci, she kind of became the best character on the show. They just gave her so much personality. The idea of this kind of little kid who was the ultimate adventurer, who was also really, really funny, just right from the start, that to me really announced the show as doing something different. And then the fact that right from the beginning, again, this is a revival of a show that I watched when I was very, very young, they immediately established a long-running mystery, kind of along the lines of what a show like Lost would do, attached to the long-lost mother, Della Duck, of Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Mm-hmm. That was like a full season-long arc that was building in the background in a way that I think just immediately established that while this show was having lots of fun with very ridiculous, very over-the-top characters, it was also telling a pretty compelling long-form story in a way that I think even pretty grown-up shows have kind of lost track of in the last few years.
So having said all of that, that makes me wonder, Scrooge McDuck here is played by David Tennant, which is kind of fitting with its, movement and multiverses. But sometimes DuckTales has felt a little closer to Doctor Who than its own predecessor. So when you consider all of its homages and crossovers and what you're saying about, that big storyline, what would you say is the most ambitious webbed feat DuckTales was able to pull off?
Yeah, like Doctor Who at its best, it is that incredible two-sport athlete where it does really good single episodes that all kind of add up to a larger puzzle at the end of a season, or in this case, at the end of the series. One that always jumps to mind is from season 3. They kind of did the all our characters are trapped inside of a multi-camera sitcom thing and did it so remarkably well. It was really funny. It was really scary. It it was very meta on the level of kind of Community season 5. And again, just accomplishing all of that in the context of a very children-friendly TV show is astonishing. I regret that me screaming loudly at random passersby to start watching DuckTales did not result in a larger audience for it. I do think it could have lasted longer, but I do think that as a result, it's definitely going out on top. And the fact that the showrunners got the chance to end it with what feels like a true ending, it gives it a longevity in the long term as people discover it more and more.
Yeah, I'm now just picturing you pushing your child in a stroller down the street and just yelling at people to watch DuckTales.
Yelling at my child to watch it, too.
Well, we have to take another quick break, but when we come back, we're saying farewell to another big family of quacks, the Kardashians. They're going to sue me. Welcome back to What to Watch. Well, dolls, cue the ugly cries, because after 14 years, it's time for the farewell season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Bible. The show will be returning for the last time on the 18th, and much has been teased already. Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian talking about marriage, though I kind of wonder how those clips went over with her current boyfriend, drummer Travis Barker. Also, there's Khloe Kardashian discussing baby number 2 with Tristan Thompson, some classic KKW meddling, lots of outdoor meals in enormous backyards, just to name a few. So, Ruth, what do you think? Will this season be the most exciting to look at?
I kind of doubt it. My concern is that mostly they'll kind of do their thing they like to do, where they have a lot of throwback footage, and it'll be very nostalgic, which I think for mega fans will be fun, and it'll be interesting to reflect on that and see the massive difference between where they started when they were like rich, but not ridiculously, insanely rich. Stop eating a salad like a Kardashian. It's real rude.
Yeah.
I feel like you should shake it. Do the shake thing.
I already mixed it.
It's gonna be great. They're too good at this for it not to be great, you know?
Sorry, obviously, one of the biggest stories to come from the family since the last season ended is that Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are reportedly, apparently, supposedly, we pretty much have confirmation that they're getting divorced. We do see Kim crying in the trailer, saying she feels like a loser. So do you think, or more so hope, that this divorce is going to get some screen time, or does that feel like maybe this will finally be the thing that's a little off limits?
I doubt that they'll have it be off limits. I feel like they've shown everything so far. I mean, we pretty much almost saw the wedding, Kim and Kanye's wedding. We saw the build up. We saw Kim go through her other divorces. We even, like, when they found out Tristan was cheating on Khloe, Kim was literally doing like a talking head interview and had to, like, she got the text and immediately was like, oh, I have to call my sister. So I don't think they'll shy away from it. I mean, we saw Kourtney give birth, like, live, essentially. So, and also, like, why wouldn't they talk about it? This gives them this opportunity to shape the narrative around it and sort of put out Kim's perspective on it, or whatever perspective that they want us to see of it. So my hope is that it'll be in there. It'll be exactly what they want us to see of it, obviously, but I don't think they'll cut any of that out.
You mentioned 20 seasons, which is pretty impressive. Over the years, the show has drawn a fair amount of criticism, though, despite a strong fan base. It would be impossible, though, I think, to deny the effects that this show has had on celebrity culture at large and, the pop culture landscape. So do you see that there's like another show, another family that might try to fill this Kardashian-sized hole in our TV hearts?
I don't think that there is. I don't know that there's an audience for this kind of a family TV reality show that there was like 14 years ago, 15 years. Like we all watched the Osbournes, and then this kind of came from that. And that was a moment then when we really cared about maybe family reality series in a way that we don't anymore. And now it's like everything has like a career aspect to it, or I don't know, maybe the family thing's too nice. Like we don't need to see families be good to one another. Like, let's see some catty fights in the workplace or something instead. And I also just think that I don't know that you would want to try and live up to what the Kardashians, say what you will about them, like, they created this massive empire and they have been massively successful in what they do, which evidenced by 20 seasons. So I don't think anybody can necessarily fill that hole.
We do know that they have a new multi-year deal with Hulu and Disney, but and we don't really know what that looks like yet or what is to come. But do you think that we are at the point of interest in the family is waning once the show is over, or does that feel about as likely as me becoming a self-made billionaire? Because their brand really was about letting fans in and the relatability. So without this show, I feel like that might be a problem, but I don't know. What do you think the future holds for this famous family?
As much as I would like you to be a billionaire someday, Gerrad, I think that the interest in this family is not going to wane anytime soon. The fact that they have created this empire and it's so available to everybody through social media, I don't think that they're going anywhere ever. I don't think Kris Jenner's ever going to let them fade into obscurity.
We'll constantly be keeping up with them.
But we also will never truly catch them. That's the cool thing. Like, they started off as like keeping up with their Kardashians, and you were like checking in with them and seeing what they were doing. And now it's just like they're gone. All
right, we've got to take another quick break. Like, who are we, Scott and Courtney? But stick around because we're going to be right back. Okay, just hold tight a few minutes. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Welcome back, everyone. Keeping up with the Kardashians was literally never short on quotable moments. So to commemorate the end of this wild era, we thought we'd play a fun little game called Kardashian Claims. With a K, of course. The winner will get a lifetime supply of just like literally chill vibes. Okay, here's how it works. I'm going to read a quote and you'll have to tell me which Kardashian or Jenner made this claim. And in honor of the Kardashians, to make things needlessly confusing, all the choices will be the letter K. Okay, here we go. Here's claim 1. That is so embarrassing for your life and your soul. Which Kardashian said it? Was it K, Kim, K, Kris, K, Kourtney, or K, Kendall? We have a Kourtney.
Also Kourtney.
Gotta be.
We have a Kourtney.
Yeah, the soul
Who's
part.
Marcus going to say?
I mean, she's the philosopher.
And Kourtney. We have 3 Kourtneys, and you're all correct. Nicely done, but bonus point, who was Kourtney saying it to? You don't get multiple choice for this one.
Oh. Kim?
First one to say it.
Yeah.
Chloe.
Oh, Kim.
We have a Kim. Did I hear a Chloe? Another
Chloe.
Kim? You guys, it's the other K.
Kris.
Kris. Yep, there you go.
I was like, who?
All right. Yep. All right, claim 2.
This is harder than I thought it was going to be.
If you're not going to use it, I have someone who actually really is dying for it. 1, I'm annoyed. 2, I'm actually hurt that you re-gifted my effing gift that I went out of my way to give to you. Okay, out of the scene. Who delivered this searing sentence? Was it K, Chloe, K, Kim, K, Kylie, or K, Kendall?
I'm wrong.
Okay.
We have a Kim. We have a Kendall. Who are you going with, Marcus?
Oh, okay. Back at it.
He's going to say Kendall as well. 2 Kendalls and what was the other one? Kim?
I said Kim. I'm wrong.
2 Kendalls and a Kim. That would be Kendall said it. Nicely done, guys. All right. Bonus for 2 points. What was the gift that launched these claims? Say it out loud.
iPad to Rob.
Ah, the iPad. Nailed it. All right.
An iPad? Oh.
Claim 3. Did you not hear the speech on the private plane? The bitch complains for hours. You're telling me that I'm effing critical because I asked not just to be lied to about my daughter? If you get lied to about the effing weather, you throw an effing fit. God forbid it was about your child. So get out of my effing business then. Whew. That one was tough. Which Kardashian was responsible for this particular dragging of a family member? Was it K, Rob, K, Chloe, K, Kourtney, or K, Kylie? Rob, Chloe, Kourtney, or Kylie? We have a Rob, a Kourtney, and a Chloe. The answer is, it's Chloe. It's Chloe said it. Yes.
All the effings. It was all the effings that gave it away.
It was all that, right?
She
That's
loves
the
to
one.
curse.
Yep, that's what really sent it over. And we have the bonus question here. Which complainer was the recipient of this vitriol?
Courtney?
Absolutely. Complainer in chief in that family. Complainer with a big old K. All right, here's claim number 4. Ready for it? Claim number 4. You are so jealous. You're just so jealous that you cannot get a Bentley and you're trying to ruin my moment for me.
Yes.
Whose moment was being ruined? Was it K, Kim, K, Chris, K, Rob, or K, Chloe? Kim, Chris, Rob, or Chloe? Kim, Chris. Ooh. Marcus and Ruth got this one. It's Kim. All right, that's all right, Darren. You're doing well. Yeah, that scene.
That was a
so
good episode.
sad that her moment getting her Bentley was ruined.
See,
really
it is
nice.
hard. It is hard being really rich.
It was a
can't
really
even
nice
imagine.
Bentley, though. Not gonna lie, nice car. All right, claim number 5. Here's our last one, you guys. I feel like I need to have my phone for this one. I don't have any cell service here, and it's making me have a rash. All right, this is a tough one because, honestly, it could be any of them. But was it K, Kim, K, Chris, K, Courtney, or, wait for it, C, Caitlin? Kim, Chris, Courtney, or Caitlin?
Kim.
She got a rash because she didn't have any cell service.
That just sounds like Chris to me.
Okay, Darren's going with Chris.
You said complainer in chief. Oh!
Yeah.
She is
Wait,
complainer
can you
in
see me?
chief.
Okay.
We've got 2 Courtneys and a Chris. Darren, I told you you'd come back. It's Chris, you're right.
Yes!
Momager in chief couldn't get any cell service to do all that business. All right, you guys. The votes have been tallied. We have a winner. Congratulations to Marcus. I think it was that bonus that sent you over the top. Ruth and Darren both had 3. Marcus, that means you are a true Kardashian quote king. Congratulations on all of the acclaim this will bring you. You should add that to your Twitter bio
need to
too.
change you need to change your C to a K in the spelling of your name.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Mandatory
You can't do that.
for the
I'll just put a K
mandatory
in front
for the
and say
rest of
it's
the day. You have to for the rest of the day. You have to change it. That's what's required of you.
Oh,
All right, you
no.
guys. Well, thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. That is our show. I want to thank all of my guests, aka the institution, Marcus Jones, Ruth Kinane, and Darren Franich, and to my producers. We will send you the new letter K for your keyboards. We'll see you next week on What to Watch. Bye. Eat salad. Bye.